Hi, I'm David with Arizona MMC, and today I'm out at Papago Park in Phoenix, which is a gorgeous park, so right in central area. I'm actually in the amphitheater, which seats about 3,500 people, and it was built back in 1933. They used to have Easter sunset services here, a lot of community events and concerts, but not for the last 50 years, ever since that street was built, McDowell Road. So they've done some conservation efforts to it lately. There was an Eagle Scout initiative to do that, but it's not being used. So the only time people come out here really is probably people like me or shooting a video talking about how it's not being used. At any rate, the topic for today is the October installment of the Arizona Medical Marijuana Update. So there's a lot going on. Not so much has changed in the last few weeks here in Arizona. California is a whole different story, and that could have big implications for Arizona. So first, the statistics. As of September 27th, over 13,000 individuals have obtained an Arizona medical marijuana card. Only half of 1% get declined, so the numbers are growing up steadily. Over 600 people have become licensed caregivers, and of the Arizona medical marijuana card patients, 82% have checked the box where they intend to grow themselves. So, I mean, you kind of have to, or get it from another patient or a caregiver to get the medicinal cannabis now. So those are the numbers as they continue to grow. There are currently 6 lawsuits pending against the state of Arizona for its failure to implement the medical marijuana dispensary program, part of it. There's still a lawsuit going on between Arizona and the Department of Justice because of the threat of going after the state workers, which the feds have actually said they wouldn't do. But so who knows what's going to happen with that part of the program. Also, the county of Maricopa now has said that if you're not in compliance with federal law, you can't get zoned for medical marijuana dispensary. So that's an issue. Last week, a lot happened in California. 2 things. One is that the largest and oldest dispensary in the San Francisco area, Harborside Health, was hit with a $2.5 million tax bill from the IRS. Well, the question is why? Did they not pay their taxes? And the answer was, of course, they paid their taxes. And when the IRS came in to do some audits, they gave them the full financials of the company. But what the IRS did was they pointed to a 1982 IRS code that said that if you are a drug cartel, then you still have to pay taxes on your illegal earnings. So, I mean, the dispensary is run by state law, and they paid their taxes based off of the gross revenues minus their cost of doing business. But what the IRS is saying is that in that 1982 ruling, you can only deduct the marijuana itself as the cost of goods sold. You can't deduct the wages, the utilities, the lease payments. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, and it is, but this is what they pointed to. So when you do the math, if you take the gross sales and then take off the cost of goods sold, that's the number the IRS wants them to pay taxes on, not the number at the bottom with net income, like a normal business is run. So that's a big hit, and the question is, are they going to now go after all the other dispensaries who are paying taxes to the state and the feds? It's a $1.7 billion industry in California annually. The states get hundreds of millions of dollars too in tax revenue, you know, in addition to the federal government. So, you know, it's one of those shoot yourself in the foot kind of situations. The other thing that happened was the most important. 4 U.S. Attorney Generals throughout California have sent letters to lots of dispensary owners as well as dispensary landlords, basically saying that they are considering dispensaries to be large operations for the drugs, for marijuana. And accordingly, they're going to be going after potentially the landlords who own the property for civil forfeiture, effectively putting the dispensaries out of business. This is a complete 180 from the Ogden memo back in 2009, which stated that businesses in compliance with state law were going to be left alone. So there's a reversal, and the question is why? The Federal Reserve is also putting pressure on banks who lend or do credit card processing or just have accounts for dispensaries to not deal with that anymore. So you're getting it from all angles, right? So if the dispensary system in Arizona had already been implemented, these are some of the problems that would potentially be faced. So, you know, it is a risky kind of a situation. The card part of the program is doing just fine. There are issues with the compassion clubs. There's probably 5 of them that are under investigation right now because you pay a fee to become a member. Then you pay a fee every time you go in, and then you can pass marijuana around between the members. Well, the question is that paying for marijuana or is it paying for something else? They say it's education. That's a little bit sort of up in the air. There was a DEA raid about 3 weeks ago on a Tempe medical marijuana clinic that appears from the reports to be operating clearly outside the bounds of what a compassion club technically is supposed to be. So at any rate, there you have it. There's the update. Most of it comes out of California. That could have huge implications here. Our medical marijuana center is for certifications. Right now, the center is running a special at 25% off, and that also includes all of the photo IDs, uploading of documents, and assistance with the state application. All of it's done in the office. It's all online, so it can be technologically challenging for some people. The office takes care of it all. On the internet, we're at ArizonaMMC.com. You can make your appointment online. You can fill out the form. The office will get your medical records for free. That form is on there. It's very simple. It'll take you 1 minute. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.